right, Sandra. Tell us a bit about yourself, just the introduction. Your name, full name, age, a bit of what you do, just the intro to yourself.
Okay. To start off with, I'm Sandra Moses. I'm 61 years old. Can you believe it? I'm an industrial psychologist. I do medical legal work.
All right, now we're going to go straight into the serious stuff. All right. So, tell us about that day, that you were diagnosed. What led up to it?
It was early September. One Sunday evening, I was just lying on my back, watching TV, and I had my hands behind my back, that nice relaxing time. And suddenly, strangely enough, I started feeling itchy under my right arm, which is very unusual. And suddenly, as I took my left hand to scratch, I just crossed this hard something under the skin. And I thought, oh my no. Because in the Thursday after Easter in 2019 last year, my sister died of cancer. And that's actually the reason why I out a policy. I think it's just how the universe works. Somebody phoned me and said, you explained about this cancer. I said, my sister's got it, maybe I should do it too. And that's how I took out the policy. Okay. And didn't sleep much that night because I thought, if one's got it in the family, everybody's going to get it, or the chances are high. Went to my doctor and says, no, relax, it could be a lump. Don't panic. You don't tell a person, don't panic, because the first thing they do is they panic. And then later on in the week, I went to see a surgeon and he said, no, and then that's when they started the tests. And about a week later, he said to me, unfortunately,
it's breast cancer.
And there was another 2 in the same breast, but they were too small to test it. In fact, there was one, what do they call it, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. I know these things so well already.
Okay.
And at 8 o'clock, the 12 o'clock one was the big one, but they had more than enough evidence of the cancer.
Is it?
With the block lesion.
Okay, shame. And, Sandra, what went through your head when you heard those words?
I don't know. I think what happened to my body, I just went numb. And I said to the doctor, now what must I do? So he says, now that you know that the worst is still coming, eh? The one that's going to cause sleepless nights is still coming. He says, now we're going to check the liver and the lungs to see if it's spread.
Okay.
Why couldn't they just do everything one time and give me all the information? And then I had to go for a MRI and a CT scan, but then the liver and the lungs was clear. Because the lesion was so big, it was 5.2, and that tells them that the chances are that it's in the lung and the liver and the lymph nodes under the arm. But unfortunately, at that time, it wasn't in the liver and the lungs. He said to me that it's not in the lymph nodes, but when I had the surgery, they found it in the sentinel node.
Oh.
Yeah. And when I walked out to I was like brave, I was big deal, very brave. And I actually didn't want my family to get involved in this whole thing. And because I wasn't sure, I don't want anybody upset now because we've just come out of a funeral. And what I then did was, as I got out of the hospital, I just looked at everything like, I am not driving on. I felt like getting in my car and driving into the first biggest truck I could find. It was the first time in my entire life that I had suicidal thoughts.
Sure.
But no. Pull yourself straight. You're a psychologist. You should know that.
You're also human.
Yeah, I know it's human, but you think about these things. And then I phoned my nephews. I told them, listen, come fetch me. It is cancer, and I just feel I can't drive right now. So they had to come and fetch me.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm driving home, and my nephew's driving. Okay, now you must get involved in the business, eh? And I started telling him everything. He says, wait, auntie, wait, no, fast. Wait till the see first.
Oh, shame.
And well, then that's when I'm to see my oncologist. But what I found very comforting was that they carry you on cotton wool. There is nobody that says, in none of the medical staff will say, it's no big deal. Every little thing that you tell them, they show that they're seriously concerned about you. And I think that was also part of what helped me. And the oncologist, I don't know where these people get all the empathy from. They really carry on cotton. That's what they do.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
Makes it a bit easier.
Yes, I understand. Shame. All right, so Sandra, all right. Now you were diagnosed. All right. Did you have the op straight after, or what was the treatment plan for you?
No. I had lobular carcinoma. I first had my 4 red devils. They call it infamous red devils.
The chemo, okay.
After the second one, I realized why my sister just gave up. And why people just give up. My nephew's been telling me about a place I can go to where they support you. And then I said to him, I think I must go there. And I went there, and the lady said to me, you must rather come for 3 weeks because we can work through that. And she gave me all sorts of vitamins and vegetable juices, which I still drink. And after that, I was sorted out emotionally more than physically. And I actually skipped one cancer treatment, chemo, which wasn't a good idea because you can become resistant to the drug, which I discovered afterwards. But then shortly after that, I went to see Dr. Etienne Meyerberg at Panorama Hospital. Excellent guy, excellent. And he took me through the whole cancer thing. He explained absolutely everything. He had it on screen, 2 big screens. He showed it to me. It's actually quite scary. And I said to him, now, can you not operate? Because all I wanted was his cancer out. He says, no. They said you go for all the last 2 chemo red devils. And then I went for that. He says, then I had to go for 12 chemos once a week. The paclitaxel, they call it. Well, that's another story. He says, then I had to go and see him between my 8th and my 9th paclitaxel. And then he said to me, I can assure me that 99.9% of the cancer is now gone. Then I went, shoo. I believed it. He really knew what he was talking about. But they talk about fatigue. You ain't feel nothing yet. I had such fatigue. In my 9th week, my energy came back. And I was pushing myself. Because they told me at the hospital, go work, live a normal life. Try to stick to normality as much as you can. But I think with the paclitaxel, I should have stayed home. And then I carried on as normal. And I saw the doctor then they had the COVID. So we weren't sure, must be or mustn't be. This doctor, I don't care if you got a cut. These 2 boobs must come off. I don't want it anymore. I've never hated my breasts so much as I did then. And the doctor said, no. 3 weeks after the treatment, the last treatment, I must come and see you. Going to see him, he said, okay, we're going to operate, but it's going to be on Friday. I had to go for my COVID test, came negative. Friday, I was in hospital. And I was discharged on the Tuesday because the Monday I collapsed. But he was so cute, eh? He didn't remove. I don't have a flat chest. What he did was he cuts across the nipple and from the nipple down to the end of the breast. He removes the whole bag. I call it the bag, and the ducts and the glands and the whole lot. It's like just a total bag he takes out with a nipple. Then he rolls the bottom up and he takes the top and he puts it over. So he got this little breast. So I don't have a bra. Well, I can't wear one. And so it looked a bit gaudy at first. But as it healed, it actually looks nice. So I can go without a bra. But I actually went to the M shop. So she fitted the bra with the prosthesis, and then it looked so nice. I said, okay, no, I'll have that thing. I'll have that. Okay. So we did that for me. Oh. It's so natural. And then the only snag that there was, he says it looked very clean. My breasts looked clean. What do you mean by clean? Inside, there was no cancer. There was nothing.
Fabulous.
But there was cancer in the sentinel node. So I don't know where that cancer suddenly came from. It could have developed because the nurse told me that they can't guarantee that the cancer won't spread when you get chemo. That they can't guarantee you. But in any case, they took. Fortunately, he removed the sentinel node with the cancer in. Because I panicked. I said, the cancer still. He says, no. Remember, we took it out. And then after I had healed, I had to go for radiation because they kill that whole area where the nodes are that they must kill off. I actually didn't realize that there is a special bra that you have to wear now. You can't just go and buy a bra. It's actually quite expensive. Everything comes to about 15,000 rand.
Sure, yeah, it is a big amount, yeah.
And then, so I was so relieved after I went to see the oncologist because she smiled from ear to ear. She says, you responded so beautiful to treatment. Then I'm very conscious now of my health. Okay. Because they say you can't prevent it. It's early detection that saves your life. It's as long as you've got cancer, it's almost like you're holding your breath. Because you don't know what's going to happen next. You're just scared to go to your oncologist in case there's cancer spread. And I can tell you, people that have cancer, be careful not to listen to anybody. Only listen to your doctor. And if you want to go the natural route, just remember there's risks. My second surgeon warned me. He says, be careful. There is not enough medical evidence to go the natural route. Do what I do now. We take what we're going to give you now, and then and then look after yourself afterwards. Get your body healed properly afterwards. I feel a lot more comfortable that I can trust what the doctor says. Okay. But it's something I don't wish on my own worst enemy. Although I just had one lesion, no, it was one lesion too many.
Yeah, sure. Sandra,
yeah. So I'm stretching my hair to grow.
Okay, yeah, but it looks lovely already. Yes.
Yeah.
So now, how regularly should you go now for checkups?
I think in the first year, I know I was going to see my oncologist in end of November.
Okay.
I think you see him every 3 months, and then it becomes every 6 months, and then it's once a year, and so it goes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. But the last checkup.
But the slight little bump, you should have to them. Feel here. From here. He says you can come here 1,000,000 times. Rather come here if you feel anything. And it was just a fatty deposit, and now I see it's gone.
And Sandra, as you mentioned earlier, showing, you talked about the bra being, quite costly, but the medical aid covers that. So you have a good medical aid. Did they cover most of your costs, or, were there a lot of costs involved that you had to incur?
I think I must have just paid 5,000 rand towards it.
Okay.
Because the surgeon was contracted out.
Okay.
Otherwise it wasn't.
Okay. So they really looked after you.
I know cancer can wreck your whole life and your finances, but I didn't have that problem at all.
You're so fortunate. Yeah. Okay. All right. So tell us now about your experience with Platinum Life, with submitting your claim and after your claim.
Submitting the claim was as easy as finalizing the policy initially. Was it a week? I did wait a week, if that long, and the money was in my account. I can't falter at all. I really can't falter. It was exactly what I was told I'd get. It wasn't like, oh, okay, we must deduct this, and it's this commission, and it's that, and no buts. No, there's no buts. I got a lovely gift. You were the one who sent it. I got a lovely gift, and the things were actually very thoughtful. That was in it. I could take the slippers. I kept it. That's for hospital. I used it in hospital, and I told the patients, "This is what my insurance sent me."
Sure.
So, what kind of insurance company do you have? I explained to them. The book. That's the book I read in hospital. It was because you in the back of your mind, you always think maybe there is still something that the doctor didn't give. You got this thing.
That little devil on your shoulder, yeah.
Yeah, that's really so unnecessary. I read the book. I've still got your pajamas you sent, all nicely ironed for the summer. I feel I didn't expect phone calls. Ask me how I am. I didn't expect gifts because they don't do that. Just to ask, how are you? So it was nice to get that call to find out how are you. The employee, the wellness of the client is paramount important. And so the after sales care was great. I thought it was very unusual for me. Like when you phone us, excuse me, what? I don't know what. Like you're suspicious because you never get it. And what was nice was the Pick and Pay gift voucher. Now that was so useful. I used the last week.
Okay. Nice.
I used it to buy, on 2 occasions, I used it to buy the vegetables I need for my juices every day.
All right, Sandra. So would you like to share with us what you were able to do with your payout from Platinum Life?
Oh, I used that to go to, there is a center people go through when they have cancer or they're terminal or so, where you get looked after. She deals with a lot of your emotional, and that is very expensive. It costs about 80,000 rand for 3 weeks.
Sure.
So Platinum Life paid for that.
Okay.
It was money well spent.
Good.
Because I came out there, I could face the world. People could say and do what they liked. I was ready to be able to say no or yes. So that amount covered that entire 3 weeks, because then it was like expensive nutrients which the medical aid didn't pay for. So it came in very, very handy, because I'm telling you this, you have to take supplements, otherwise you just can't get up in the morning.
All right. Yeah. All right. And now just lastly, Sandra, do you have any advice for people out there who might think that, well, cancer won't happen to me?
We were very surprised when my sister was diagnosed with cancer, because she really had it bad. And suddenly I got it too. Cancer, early detection saves lives. And don't think because nobody in your family didn't have cancer that you're not going to get it. Live a life, not to be negative, live a life as if you got cancer. Take your nutrients. Check yourself regularly. Eat the right foods. Go to the doctor regularly for your regular checkups. because there were lesions our doctor told me I would not have felt. 8 o'clock and 7 o'clock I would not have felt. He actually took my hand and because he knows where he must look. And then he felt it, and I felt, I said, but I've never felt that. He says, yes. If you didn't have the big lesion, you would not have known you've got cancer. Anybody and everybody can get cancer. That's the one thing. I asked them, but where did this come from? So they said, no, we are all born with cancer cells. It's just how your body manages it. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. Oh no, nobody in my family had cancer. I won't get it. Don't even. Men, prostate cancer, go see your doctor. Take the necessary supplements to make sure you don't get it. Ladies with breasts, go regularly to your gynecologist. Men, go see your doctor. I know that prostate test apparently isn't very nice, but just, bite the bullet and get it over and done with. It doesn't take a whole day. It takes a couple of minutes, or if that, or just a minute. But test yourself regularly and make sure that you have a medical aid and you have additional cover. Because you never know where, like I had my money to pay for that extra 3 weeks because I was going to give up, I was going to give up. Yeah. So if you don't take things for granted. It doesn't work anymore.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Sandra. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, I must say thank you to you.
Oh, sure.
And the insurance people for just that support, man. Just that phone call, a little box of gifts.